Okay, everybody, welcome to class today. My name is Sister Spjute, and I will be substituting for Brother Kempton, who is at the dry cleaners getting his alpaca sweater. Okay, we're just going to get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about today is how we use our R's in English diction. Now, we have a couple different options when using our R's. First, we have the retroflex R. The retroflex R is the American sounding R, and it's the R sound. The retro in the word retroflex means back, and what this refers to is that the back of the tongue is lifted to the top of the mouth, making the R sound. So let's all try that together. Ready? R.
R.
Good. Perfect. So did you feel that your tongue was lifted?
Yeah, it kind of went up and backwards.
Right. Exactly. Now this type of R can potentially corrupt our vowels. So there are other types of R's that we can use as well to make it so we don't corrupt our vowels, because diction is all about making beautiful sounds and beautiful singing, and we want beautiful vowels. So the next type of R that we have is the rolled R. Okay? Rolled. And it sounds like this. Now I want you to try it. Can you roll your R?
R.
Perfect. Now do it again, but this time think about where your tongue is placed. And try and tell me where you think your tongue is during the roll of R.
R. R.
Okay, can you tell me where you think?
I feel like the tip of my tongue reached to the top of my mouth.
Not quite. The tongue is more towards the front of the teeth. But it is on the top, touching the back.
Kind of like on my alveolar ridge?
Yes, on your alveolar.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, so we have our retroflex R and our rolled R. And now we have our flipped R. Our flipped R is basically just like our rolled R, except instead of multiple rollings of the R, it's just one. So, you want to try?
R.
Perfect. Now, we're going to talk about when we use these R's and where, so we know where to find them in our singing and how to pronounce them. So, we're going to start with actually the flipped R. And we use the flipped R intervocalically, which means in between two vowels. So, our flipped R is in between two vowels. For example, in the word borrow. So we would say borrow. So let's sing that together. Borrow.
Borrow.
Perfect, exactly. And we wouldn't want to use the retroflex R because then we would have borrow, and we wouldn't want borrow. This one just makes the most sense, and it makes the most beautiful sound. Okay, so now for our rolled R's, we use this at the beginning of words, such as in the word remember. So we would sing remember.
Remember.
Perfect. Now let's talk about where we use the retroflex R. The retroflex R is used when it is preceded by a T or D. T or D.
Yeah, that makes lots of sense.
Yes. Does that make sense? So when it follows a T or D, we use the retroflex R to avoid what Brother Kempton calls the Dracula effect. For example, if we had the word, I'm going to come over here. You see that? Okay. Trampoline. The R follows a T. We wouldn't want to sing trampoline because we sound like Dracula. We want trampoline. You want to try?
Trampoline.
Exactly. And we don't have to make the retroflex R or like trampoline, but we can lightly say trampoline. Yes, perfect. Now there's another option we have when we're using our R's, and that is to omit it. So we can We can use the retroflex, the roll or flipped, or we can omit the R. Now, how do we know when to do this? Well, we can omit the R when it is before another consonant. For example, in the word parting, we would sing parting.
Parting.
Now try to sing it with the retroflex R.
Parting.
Now the rolled.
Parting.
Now the flipped.
Parting.
Exactly. So it just makes most sense to omit that R, and so we get that beautiful sound, and we can elongate this vowel and move right through the rest of the word. So we have parting. Okay, now I'm going to write a few words on the board, and I want you to tell me what kind of R you would use for them. So let's do this word again. But I want you to focus on this R and this R. And let's do, can you see these? What do you think? Okay. So remember, and I just want you to sing it for me, and using the R's that you think make sense.
Okay, so, and remember I would roll it in the front and omit it at the end?
Exactly.
So it'd sound like this. Remember.
Perfect. Actually, I didn't talk about this, but when R is at the end of the word, you can usually omit it unless it's followed by another vowel. But at the end of the word, you can go remember, just like you said, because you wouldn't want remember or remember. It's just awkward. Okay, so very good. The next word is frozen.
With this one, would you roll it because it's at the beginning of a word?
Right. And even though it's not the very first letter of the word, it's in the first syllable of the word. So we still want to roll it.
Frozen.
Very good. Okay, next word is apart.
This one you also admit it because it's at the end. Apart.
Exactly. Now the last word is sorrow.
Trip it because it's intervocalic.
Exactly.
Sorrow.
Awesome. Very good. Yep, you got all those correct. Very good. Okay.
Thanks.
Such a good student. Okay. I think that's everything that I want to cover about R's. I think I want to teach a little bit about diphthongs today. So,
What?
Diphthongs. I'll tell you what they are.
Diphthongs?
Diphthongs.
Okay.
I will write it on the board so you can get an idea. So, moving on. I hope you took notes because...
I did. I took lots of notes.
Good. Because sometimes you students rely too much on your memories and you need to take good notes.
I always take good notes.
Okay. So, these diphthongs. Okay. You may find yourself asking, what is a diphthong? A diphthong is a vowel unit made up of two pure vowels. Vowel unit of two pure vowels. Now, Francis, can you tell me what a pure vowel is?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, well, a pure vowel is a vowel that can be sustained without interruption of the articulators, mouth, tongue, teeth. So, like in the letter O, you can sing O. There was no interruption, there was no anything. That's a pure vowel.
Okay.
So a diphthong is made up of two of these pure vowels. I'm just going to give you one example of one, and it is light. In the word light, we have light. Can you hear that when we say the word light, that there are two syllables, light?
Light.
Okay. And there is a way that in proper English diction we can sing these diphthongs to make the most beautiful sound. And the way we can do this is by remembering the 90-10 rule. And what that is we give 90% of the duration to the first vowel and 10% to the second. For example, light.
Light.
Yes, very well, good. So you just give that little 10% to the end, but give the duration to the first half. And what some people will tend to do with diphthongs is give 100% to the first vowel and leave off the end. But then if we did that, we would have lot, and it would sound like a different word than what we want.
Gotcha.
So let's just practice singing that again. Let's just sing, the Lord is my light.
The Lord is my light.
Perfect. That's exactly right. Let's open up to that hymn, actually. Do you have your hymn book with you?
I do. I do have it.
What page number is it? I think it's page... Oh, found it. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just get a good practice with using this diphthong, and let's just sing through that hymn.
Okay.
And every time there's the word light, I want you to think of the 90-10 rule and give 90% to that first vowel and 10 to the second.
Okay.
Okay.
So just sing the whole song?
Yeah.
Okay. The Lord is my light, then why should I fear? By day and by night.
Okay, stop. That was very good. Can you find another, did you find another diphthong in there?
Yeah, I found a couple, I think. My, the diphthong.
Yes, exactly. Which is just like light. It's the exact same diphthong.
And also Y and night. And day?
Day. Yes, day is actually an avoidable diphthong. And in IPA, it looks like this. Day. But we can avoid it and leave off this I and just sing day.
Okay.
So really, that is an avoidable diphthong, but I'm glad that you caught it.
Okay. So I would sing it like this.
Mm-hmm.
By day and by night.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Class is dismissed. I will see you all next Tuesday, and Brother Kempton will be back with his alpaca sweater.
Yes.